his birthday party?
I think they did, Jacob. I think they did go to his birthday.
I'm not saying everyone, but most of them went.
I'll tell you somebody that's not going to Caleb Williams' birthday party. It's this dude right here. This guy right here, Evan Williams, absolutely wrecked Caleb Williams in college. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch the tape from their college matchup where he just, absolutely.
Well, Caleb's having his birthday party at McDonald's, and I'm sure, Evan Williams has a little more class than that. So.
Exactly. Those were killer birthday parties.
So let's dive into a
little.
It's such a clean Photoshop. All right, let's move it along to Evan Williams. 3 reasons the Packers safety Evan Williams is going to shine in 2025. All right, the Packers' new look offense gets all the buzz, and rightfully so, but the most critical addition from 2024 draft might be rookie safety Evan Williams, who's poised to transform the defense. While draft analysts called him a reach, that was me, by the way. I was one of those dudes when they drafted Evan Williams. I was looking at the board going, man, that seems like that's a little high for him. So that was definitely, I fall into that category. Williams quietly dominated, earning some of the best grades among safeties by midseason. He wasn't just a rotational player. He was a game changer. This isn't just about a surprising rookie year. Williams' unique skills are key to unlocking Jeff Hafley's defensive vision. Here are 3 reasons why he's about to become a household name in Green Bay, starting with what makes him the perfect weapon for the new era Packers defense. All right. So let's look into it. Reason number 1, versatility and football IQ. Evan Williams is set for a massive 2025 because he embodies Jeff Hafley's defensive philosophy. His versatility and football IQ drive the entire secondary. Hafley's zone-heavy 4-3 defense relies on disguise, showing one look pre-snap and shifting at the snap. This requires smart, instinctive players, and Williams delivers. His football intelligence, often called a FBI, lets him read offenses pre-snap, anticipate plays, and position himself perfectly. He consistently disrupts plays by reading quarterbacks' eyes and breaking on routes with aggression. On the field, his versatility shines. Hafley can deploy him as a deep safety in the box like a linebacker or covering the tight ends in the slot. This flexibility confounds offenses. Imagine Williams creeping up near the line, baiting a pass play, then dropping into a deep zone to steal the quarterback's target. That hesitation creates sacks for Gary and Wyatt. That's the Hafley effect powered by Williams. We talk about pressure pick, coverage, sack, right? When you can disguise that coverage look pre-snap and then do that late rotation and get back that half a second of hesitation by the quarterback, Emilio, that's how you get in there and sack the quarterback. Says he's also a playmaker. At Oregon, he notched 4.5 sacks, showing blitz prowess, which we haven't seen much of that in Green Bay yet. That's something they may be looking to unlock this year. While underused in that role as a rookie, it's another tool for Hafley in 2025, paired with All-Pro Xavier McKinney. Williams forms part of one of the NFL's smartest safety tandems. Their shared wavelength lets the defense get creative without mental errors, making Williams far more than just a safety. I've been watching his tape all afternoon long, and I did not recognize that last year, of how much they moved him around, Emilio, how they would let him slide in the box. They do a late rotation back out. And it was not too big for him. The moment was not too big for him.
Right, right. Asking him to be able to be all over the field all at the same time is huge. Being able to do that as a rookie is even better, right? And the fact that Jeff Hafley had the confidence in him to be able to handle all those tasks, that's key. I mean, the dude that you have the FBI, that you have the intelligence, that you're able to process everything in your rookie season. I just can't. I'm so excited for everybody that has been, that's a rookie coming into this year. Every time after their rookie season, I just cannot wait to see them on the field that second year, and just hope that everything they've learned and able to branch out from. I do think Evan Williams has a chance to be a breakout. Those sacks, I don't know if they're going to use him as a blitzer, but I like that he has that in the bag because he can hunt down quarterbacks.
Yeah, definitely. Reason number 2, the proof is in the production. An all rookie caliber season. The second reason is clear. Williams has already proven himself as a 4th-round rookie. He didn't just survive, he thrived, delivering one of the most efficient seasons among defensive rookies. In 2024, he played 13 games, starting 6, and was vital by season's end, playing every snap in the Packers' wildcard playoff game. He recorded 49 tackles, 3 pass breakups, a forced fumble, and an interception, earning a spot on the Pro Football Writers of America all-rookie team. You look at some of the advanced analytics here as well. Evan Williams finished with the 3rd best passer rating when targeted. Okay, now keep in mind, Robert Rochelle, Omar Brown, minimal snaps. Katano Ladapo, very few snaps. He had a 39.6. Xavier McKinney pretty much played every snap, 59.0. Right behind him was Evan Williams at a 67.5. It says advanced stats highlighted his impact. Pro Football Focus gave him a 72.3 overall grade, ranking 24th of 98 safeties. Remarkable for a day 3 pick. His 73.8 coverage grade ranked 17th. I repeat, his 73.8 coverage grade ranked 17th, and he allowed just a 67.5 passer rating when targeted, 9th best among 103 safeties. Against the run, his run stop rate tied for 6th best league-wide. This silenced critics who knocked the pick, that's me again, calling him unreliable in coverage. Because you guys remember when we watched the tape on draft night, Tim, that whole draft party we did, when we watched the tape, it's like, man, he's dominant against the run, but where are the pass snaps? Why aren't we seeing him making plays in the passing game? Right. Well, he shut me up last year, Tim.
And lo and behold, he gets drafted, and we see him in the NFL, and what is his strong suit? It's the pass game, right? So it all depends on how you develop, I guess. I'm with you, Clay. I remember having kind of a similar reaction. We thought it was a little bit of a reach in the 4th to grab him. I remember being really excited about Javon Bullard in that pick. I had no idea that Evan Williams was going to have the rookie year that he did. And like Emilio said, man, of all the year 2 guys on this team, I think E. Will might be the dude that I'm the most excited to see this year in year 2 for sure.
It goes on to point out here too, by mid-season, he was making game-clinching plays like a pass breakup to seal a win over the Rams in Week 5 and a forced fumble against the Cardinals in Week 6. When we do Chalk Talk in a minute, you'll see that play. He achieved this while learning a new system and adjusting to NFL speed, proving the Packers found a stud in the 4th round. Jacob, what do you think about Evan, what we've covered so far? Is there anything you disagree with there? Anything we're leaving out?
No, I just think that I remember the few episodes or the specific episode that Tim was talking about, because we highlighted, who obviously I was a Bullard guy. We all love Katano Ladapo. And I remember we talked about Evan Williams, and I think even myself, I was like, he seems like he can come up and kind of be that boom guy. I think I even called him a human meat missile type of player. But we all agreed that was kind of limited. That was his thing. He was just kind of an assassin. He wasn't. He was a liability in coverage, I think, was what all of us agreed. And then lo and behold, once the draft settles, I think, like Tim said, I was so ecstatic that we got Bullard. That was like.
Right. And then Bull ends up being the one that's a liability in coverage.
Well, and that's what's crazy.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And so I really do still have hope for both of these guys to make their perspective steps forward, or the second-year leap, whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, we talk about it all the time, Clayton. You talk about if a defensive guy, specifically in the secondary or really any position, if they score decently in the 60s, you're like, you got yourself something there. When a guy like I didn't realize that he was, what was the stats? It was 17th and 24th.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Not bad for a guy whose college tape looked bad in the pass game, right?
Right, right. And again, that goes back to the old theory, we don't know what he was asked to do. We know the coverages. We know exactly we don't know exactly what specifically, even we can call it a nickel, we can call it a drop, we can call it a press, whatever you want to say. We don't know exactly what somebody was telling him to do in those positions and whether or not the guys around him made him a successful player. And guess what? This is the NFL. It's not like you're in a college squad. You've got, like Amelia says, that 11, that 22, whatever. Those are pros. Those are dogs. So maybe all of a sudden you get in a group of guys where you don't have to worry about what everyone else is doing. You get to focus on your craft, your zone, your man, whatever you want to say. I just think the sky's the limit for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So.
Reason number 3, the leap, growth, leadership, and Hafley's system. The final reason is Williams' trajectory. His rookie year showed rapid growth, positioning him for a massive second-year leap. Early in 2024, he played just 34 defensive snaps over 4 games, but his play and preparation forced coaches to start him by week 5, a role he held until a late-season injury. This jump from rotational player to starter in a month shows his ability to adapt. Williams learned best in the fire, and after a full NFL season, he's no longer just reacting, he's anticipating. He said he wants to be more proactive using formation knowledge to diagnose plays. This is the step from good to great. The timing is perfect. The Packers secondary, with the departure of Jair Alexander, needs young leaders. Williams fits the bill. Matt LaFleur praises his work ethic and mentality, noting he, quote, just works, end of quote. This sets the tone for the secondary. In year 2 under Hafley, the defense is primed for a leap. Year 1 installed the basics. Year 2 brings creativity with more complex disguises and a faster unit. Williams, learning from McKinney and trusted by coaches, is central to this evolution. His rookie year was a foundation. 2025 will be the skyscraper. It goes on to say, Evan Williams' case is clear. His football IQ and versatility makes him Hafley's ideal weapon. He's proven himself with all rookie stats and elite advanced metrics. His growth and fit in the system signal a huge leap in 2025. Among the Packers' young talent, Williams could tie the defense together. He's smart, tough, and always around the ball. He's always around the football. And you're going to see on the tape here in a minute him closing the gap by like 20 yards. It's unbelievable. Green Bay didn't just draft a starting safety. They may have found their secondary centerpiece for years. What do you think? Am I too high on Williams, or do you see him shining in 2025? If you're watching this later on YouTube, on the edit, let us know in the comments what you think. Are we too high on Evan Williams, or do we think that's warranted hype there? As Braden Fielding says in the chat. As Braden says in the chat, Evan is the best hype man we have. He's always celebrating with his teammates when they make a play. I noticed that too. And when he makes a play, man, you could just tell it's fire on fire, Amelia. You need that spark plug on your defense, man. And here's the thing. McKinney is great, and McKinney's still young. I think he's going to be turning 26 this year, right, this season. Football.
Wow, yeah.
But think about this. In 3 years, when McKinney's contract's up, Evan Williams will be stepping into that age, 26, 27, somewhere around there, right? Mm-hmm. And hopefully he continues to improve, Emilio, and now you got the next great safety to step right into that role.
That's exactly it. And then as a backup plan, you still have Bullard, who you took in the second round. This is just a cherry on top that the 4th rounder that you picked up has this ability and is, jumped out to it's like you picked up a Zach Tom on defense.
Yes.
So I mean, having that ability, having that luck or the skill of, drafting somebody with that kind of talent in that round, I mean, we're in good shape, seriously. And the fact that he's learning from somebody like X is just all the more better. I mean, honestly.
And you're right, Clay. X turns 26 a week after family night. So first preseason game against the Jets is his birthday. So happy early birthday to X.
Yeah, I mentioned on one of our posts the other day, and when we did a show, that he was 26, and it's amazing how people in the YouTube comments, he's 25, LOL. It's like, oh my god!
Right.
Actually,
3.5 weeks.
Unbelievable. So, yeah. Jacob, what do you think, man? Anything else you want to add to the Evan Williams talk, man? I'm excited about this kid. Where do you see the tape here in a second, man? We pulled some really cool clips.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like what Packers Kingdom said. By the way, I look like the neighbor from Home Improvement right here. I'm just kind of peeking over the fence just to
Wilson.
Look here. Wilson, thank you. He says, "Can we thank the safeties coaches, please? They need to rise. We came from Savage, Owens. I think he said, can we thank the safeties coaches, please? They need a raise. We came from Savage, Owens, and Rudy Ford, even though I like them, to X, Williams, Catan, Zane, Bullard. God bless the safety coaches." I mean, I'm not sure if they're the same exact ones there, but just the effect. I would more thank Goot.
I was just going to say, I mean.
Yeah, right.
God bless this guy,
Yeah.
It's a clean do-rag, too. H.E. Soder with the super chat. Thank you, Soder. He says, Packers have not really seen defensive players make a big year to second-year jump. Is there a reason to think that Hafley's scheme changes this? I was just thinking this while I was reading that article to you guys, Soder. The way that Hafley adjusted about a third of the way through the season and changed that defense up and really started going to the simulated pressures, right, and doing some of that stuff, he didn't waste any time to adjust. So maybe he will be quick to adjust and get these guys in a position to be successful a lot quicker. I would anticipate these guys to take a year or two jump. The problem is offenses are now caught onto that scheme. And it doesn't mean they're going to go out there and just light us up and we're going to be a bottom 5 defense. But what it does mean is your coordinator cannot be so caught up in this is what I like to do and this is all I'm doing. And that's why it gives me a little bit of hope that Hafley, we may take a slight step back on defense just because of the tape that's out there now. But with his ability to be able to adjust and maneuver as he goes along, that's why the fourth quarter defense, if I remember correctly, was so darn good last year, is because he's making those adjustments right down the stretch, as where other coordinators would just know, stick to what we do, So, yeah, appreciate the super chat there, man. I think you're going to see some year 2 jump, man. I think it's unrealistic to expect Edgerrin Cooper to take another step because he was just so damn good last year, right? Yep. But when you look at people like Javon Bullard, that's one. If he gets meaningful reps, if somebody gets banged up and he gets put back in, I think he will be more comfortable in this defense this year than he was last year. Like Emilio pointed out all year long, one week he's having to play nickel. The next week they're making him jump back to safety because people are getting banged up and injured. That's a tough thing to ask a rookie to do. And you know what? He was good enough to stay on the field, and in the slot, he played pretty damn good against the run. So, anything else on Evan Williams? Just thank you for the super chat, Soder. Anything, boys?
Nothing on Williams, but Andy Monday, he said, sorry, boys, I just missed 15 seconds of the pod because YouTube was showing us a Culver's commercial.
Cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them, though.
Yeah. All I'm saying is me and Emilio, let's maybe reach out to Culver's and see if they want to sponsor the best show of all time.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Let me know when y'all find that show, by the way. Check that out.
Clayton, can you give a little explanation to Boz? He says he's been away for a while. What's with this number 1, number 2, number 3 jazz? And how do I join this game?
That's the YouTube comments. That's just in the YouTube comments, Boz. The more you interact, the more you get points. Super chat gets you, I think, 50 points a chat or something like that. So, you just go ahead and keep on chatting. The more you chat, the higher you rank.
More points you get, and then you have to you get a tattoo from Emilio on your
right.
Now, in terms of the super chats, it can be a little tricky because I think they set it up this way for a reason. If someone just came in and they dropped a big spot like a 20 spot, that doesn't shoot you to the top. I think
it's per super chat, right?
Per super chat. So what that means is if you're thinking I'll drop $10 to be the MVP tonight, spread that thing out, maybe $2 super chats. You know what I mean? That'll get you up the rankings. But yeah, it's just a way to highlight people who are very, very active in the chat, and also you get a little bonus there for super chat. So it keeps up with XP is what it does. And right now the top fans in the chat is H.E. Solder running away with it at 350 XP, then Bates at 150, and then you got John Johnson, the Boz, you've got Andy Watkins, Braden Fielding, a bunch of people. Like the next 15 are all at 75 XP. So right now, Solder running away with it. So
good to have you back, Boz, by the way.
Yeah.
Been away for a bit, but still PTA royalty for sure.
He said, I need to take a break from Clayton's accent. I can't. I'm losing IQ over here, man. So.
Bates also highlights a good point. He says it resets every live show too as well. And Holmes was saying, the super chats are escalators. So good points there.
I love how y'all understand how this works better than me, the host. It's hilarious. So that's no surprise, though, right? All right, y'all ready to do some chalk talk? Evan Williams, you want to dive